What's up, guys? This is Jay with the Columbia Watch Society, and I'll take a couple minutes this afternoon to tell you about a watch that I've been wearing a good bit lately. The AV-8 Hawker Hunter reference AV-4052. Alright, so AV-8 makes a lot of watches to honor aircraft. This specific watch here was designed considering the Hawker Hunter fighter jet from the early 1950s. Most of their watches are designed to honor World War II era aircraft. So this one here, you can tell this isn't your normal watch here. It's a lot going on. Get a good look here. The dial of this watch looks very similar to the instrumentation that you would find in the Hawker jet, Hawker Hunter jet. You can see you've got these gauges, the rough dial kind of nods to what you would expect on the inside of an aircraft. Really cool. You've got the sub dials that look like these miniature gauges with the rivets. Just a lot of detail here. I've never been in one of these aircraft, but I have looked at some photos online, and yeah, these designers really did a good job of capturing the essence of what and the look and feel of the inside of these aircraft. So it's just a really cool piece, especially if you're into aircraft or historical aircraft especially. Just really neat. So let's talk a little bit about it. First off, I want to talk to you about the depth variation. This is really cool. You get, even with the dial, you've got these displays here with the rivets and all that. You have so many different depth variations. It's really hard to even capture in a video. I'll give you kind of a side view. You can see these indentions here on the chapter ring that the applied indices kind of go back into. Just really cool. The case itself is 12 millimeters. This is a really big case. It's 45 millimeter diameter, which is much bigger than a watch I would typically wear. I typically like things closer to 40 millimeters. Even 42 is typically pushing it for me, but I've really enjoyed wearing this watch. And when you wear a watch like this, it's really kind of a statement piece anyway, and it's not something that you're looking to fly under the radar with. Anyway, this is a chronograph. The sub dial at the 10 o'clock position is a 10-minute counter, so the chronograph will count 10 minutes, and once it gets over to 10, it pops back over to 0. Here, I'll go ahead and start it. So there, I started it, and you can see it's got a 60-second counter on the sub dial in the 6 o'clock position. The sub dial in the 3 o'clock position is just a 24-hour dial. So you can see it shows about 5 o'clock or on that sub dial, which in it's or actually 4, excuse me. So that's a pretty cool feature. You got the date position in the 4 o'clock as well. So I'll put a picture. It's got pretty good lume. I'll put a lume shot at the end. I'll take a photograph in the dark. I don't have a way to turn the lights off in here, and it's in my garage, so it's not going to be very dark to show you, but it does have pretty decent lume. You got the skeleton hands, which I like, so it doesn't really block a lot of the dial. PVD coated case, and I've worn this a good bit on the weekends, especially just out beating around in the yard and doing all that, and you can see it's got some scratches, but it's held up pretty good so far. The case back etched with the AV-8 logo. You can see it's got the water resistance to 50 meters. Although crown is not screw down, So I have worn it in the shower, things like that. You know, it's December, so I haven't been swimming or anything in it, but I'm usually leery about swimming in anything that doesn't have a screw down crown. But so that's something that I would be mindful of if you purchase this watch. But good crown action, no problems there. And you stop the chrono the same way, and then you can reset it. This watch is powered by a Japanese quartz movement. I suspect it's a Miyota, because I have read that AV-8 uses a lot of Miyota movements, but I don't know specifically. It doesn't say on their website. 22 millimeter lug width. This is the strap that comes on it. You got the AV-8 that's stamped there on the buckle. Really like the strap. It's just waterproof, like leather. It's really nice quality strap. Fits well. The hardware's nice and buckle. You know, you got plenty of room. I got maybe 6 3/4 inch wrist, 7-inch wrist. So my wrist is bigger than most of my buddies, and I've still got plenty of room. So, if my wrist was smaller, you got plenty of room in the strap. Looks a lot like some Bell and Ross watches that I have seen at a local AD, but obviously not near as expensive. This watch will run about $354. That's what it currently is. The website has it advertised in British pounds, so I did the conversion, and it's like $354 right now if you bought it today. So not all that bad if you're into like watches and want some like history behind your watches and just something that looks really cool and doesn't look like something that your buddies are gonna have. Like, this is probably something that you would be interested in. Like when I first got it, I was kind of freaked out about the size, but after wearing it, I've really enjoyed wearing the watch, telling people about it. It's got a lot of looks from people day to day that have asked about it. So that's, you know, it's kind of cool. It's always nice to be able to share about my watch and my interest in watches. So anyway, that's all I got. If you got any other questions, feel free to hit me back up. Anyway, another watch that I'll probably talk about here in the next couple of weeks is this other watch by AV-8, the Hawker Hurricane. So I just got this one recently and just started wearing it, so I'll be back to you on that one later. But anyway, got any questions, feel free to hit me up in the comments below. Check us out on Instagram at the Columbia Watch Society and on our website, www.colawatch.com. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.